What really catalyzed it was the Decemberists had asked me to make a music video for them, and they wanted it to be animated. I was like, Well, I think that my style, it's, it never looks flawless. You're always aware that, I'm always aware that there's mistakes. I usually just kind of roll with the punches. I mean, the style is adaptable enough that I can take something that would be like a mistake or a big technical glitch and kind of just compost it into the general look of the film. I started cutting silhouettes specifically to animate them, which requires and involves all the joints and articulating and this and that. And like I say, it took me a couple of years and several movies done in this style before I realized I can make something that's silhouette-y and that lights up without having to make a whole movie attached to it. Well, if I'm doing light boxes, if I'm doing a couple of them, I get all set up and I can do a very small kind of factory line, and it probably averages 45 minutes or an hour for each one. Maybe a little bit more if the design is super intricate. Well, I'm really into the magpies these days. I mean, in a non-moving picture area, I'm really into the magpies, just how elemental they are. Dark, black, white, and blue, So yeah, just walking around feeling pretty ridiculously pleased with myself about everything these days. It wasn't until 2004, 2005 that I really did much visual art at all. And that, there again, was just animation. I wasn't making prints, I wasn't displaying. I was just making visual art. Artists who are serious about being artists start learning in their 20s. Here's how you play the gallery game, here's how you get your stuff out. I don't know any of that. Don't really care to. I just like the process of doing it, the display and the blah, blah, blah. Everything that comes out of making the art is just kind of a bonus, but it's not something I have a great deal of patience for or interest in. I'm not a really good schmoozer. Gallery shows are fun, but you gotta hang them, and it's not really my scene at all. I'm never too far from thinking about my house, my home, the grounds, the strategic direction, how to raise money for for the place. So it's just a lot of problem solving and a lot of trying to figure out, okay, this has to be done before that's done, and we don't have any money for that right now, but if we do this, we can get some money for that. It's just, an exercise in small economy, and this is the stuff that's taken us years to figure out. You need to be thinking about these things ahead all the time. It's good, and it's useful. It teaches us lots of great lessons of thrift and efficiency and so on, but you just can't ever really stop thinking about it. The kids haven't quite figured out the pitching in part yet, necessarily. But in the meantime, it's when I'm home, it's basically, unless I'm home by myself, it's family time, I can't say, sorry kids, I gotta do this. So it teaches us really good time management skills as well.
Watch this. I'm gonna do my first one, and then you guys can do yours.
We're going to move out on December 1st, 2012, or May 1st, 2013. The end is in sight for sure.